I'm going to be doing something I haven't done much of. I'm going to ramble. Over the weekend, I went to a martial arts tournament, and I got bronze in empty hand forms, and I got silver in weapons forms. And I haven't done a lot of tournaments, and I didn't do any sparring over the weekend, and I kind of wanted to take a chance to explain why I don't usually do a lot of tournaments. I'm going to be doing more. I also want to explain why I'm going to be doing more. One of the reasons I have not done a lot of tournaments is this idea of the idea that I don't think a tournament does what it's supposed to do, and it's what it advertises itself as doing, or seems to be trying to do, is determine who's better. And there's two sides to that, of course. There's the form side, and there's the fighting side. And for the form side, I think the idea of better is a very subjective kind of thing. Kung Fu, we do things a lot differently than in other martial arts. A lot of martial arts, they would expect to see a lot more yelling, and a lot more angrier moves, I guess. Whereas in Kung Fu, we're a little bit more of a soft style than, like Taekwondo or Karate. And so, we handle our breathing differently. We handle it silently as opposed to noisily. And we do our movements in a very relaxed, it's very important that everything be relaxed when you're doing things instead of being, being very aggressively stiff, aggressively angry. So, the form that I did, Mei-Fu-Yi, as an example, the first move is a walk up, and when we do that, we do a breathe in, and then a breathe out, and a breathe in, and a breathe out, and a breathe in, and breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And something like karate, like Taekwondo, a lot of times they would go, they wouldn't even have something like this, and they'd go, and the reason that they teach it that way is to make sure that you're breathing correctly. I'm not saying that has no purpose. I'm saying we handle that problem differently. But then there's the fighting side. And my whole view on who's the better fighter is different. For me, you're not the better fighter because you can win. Whether you're a better fighter or not depends on what you stand for. And when you enter an arena and you're fighting for a medal or a trophy, well, nobody's better. One person is going to beat the other person, but nobody's better. You're fighting for the same thing. And for me, the reason that I stopped trying to do any kind of tournaments when I was in high school is I just can't bring myself to hit somebody over a medal or a trophy if they haven't done anything to me. And I don't want to get to the point where I can. And I don't mean I can't, but in particular, if there's a slip, if somebody gets knocked down or gets hit, you guys can see the videos of me working out with kids all the time. And I work out with my 2-year-old daughter. And you know what? I don't hit very hard when I'm working out with my 2-year-old daughter. I naturally look for that place, you know, if I don't have something to fight for, I naturally look for that place where what I'm doing is going to match what they're doing. And, you know, I'm naturally looking for that place where our energies are going to meet. It's only when I feel like there's danger that I'm able to break out of that mode and actually look to overcome somebody. And I don't want to change that about me. I don't think that's a bad thing. In fact, I think that's a good thing. I wish that more schools would get back to that, back to saying, yes, there are times when you need to fight. There are times when you need to be able to do this. But when you're training, the most important thing is to match the energy of the person you're training with. When you're working out, the most important thing is to match the energy of the person you're working out with. I don't mean energy in some kind of mystical sense. I just mean, you know, I don't want to go a whole lot faster than the person I'm working out with. I don't want to go a whole lot slower than the person I'm working out with. I want to go as fast as we both can. Don't want to be, you know, if it's somebody's first day, I don't want to smack them upside the head and knock them out, because it's no fun. You know, it's no fun for them, and it's no fun for me. I want to find that place where, you know, if I'm a little bit better than them or a lot better than them, I'm pushing them to improve. You know, I'm finding that weakness and I'm hitting it, and I'm hitting it again, and I'm hitting it again until they learn to protect that weakness, and then I find the next weakness. And then they get to the point where they're a little better than me, and they find my weakness, and they hit it, and they hit it again, and I learn to protect that. And that's what I do when I'm sparring. And so when I get out and I'm fighting for a trophy or a medal, I just can't do it. You know, I can start out doing it just fine, and if nothing goes wrong, I can do it. But if I step up, you've probably seen me in other videos, you know, I'm all, yeah, let's go, and it happens when it, oh, that stung, I'm out. That's it, I'm done. And I'm not the one that got hit. They are, but I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm not going to a tournament to hurt anybody. And so, you know, I walk in and somebody, you know, even if I'm not the one that hurt them, if I walk in and somebody's hurt, I'm done. That's it. I'm not looking for more. And I think our world needs more of that. I think the martial arts world needs more of that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And I don't intend to change that about myself. I do intend to go to more tournaments. I do intend to sign up for more tournaments, particularly forums, but if it's not too expensive, I'm also going to join into sparring. And the reason is, well, for forums, the reason is one of the areas I have always been deficient is showmanship. I can do it, and you guys can look at the videos of me doing stuff at the tournament over the weekend. I don't look half bad, you know, and I was really nervous. I've got other videos of me doing stuff up on, and I don't look too bad, you know. I look good, and I've got good moves. Boom, 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 boom. But I don't do very well at playing to judges. I don't do very well at, you know, getting out there and snapping. And, you know, I don't look too bad, but I don't look snappy a lot of times. You know, so I don't. able to do it either way, and I can do it either way. I just don't do as much of the making it look really snappy. And I don't do any in real life of walking up to somebody and introducing myself and making a case that I am the most spectacular thing here and I deserve a medal. And I don't know that that's necessarily bad that I don't have a lot of that, but there's definitely a place to be meeting in the middle where I could use a little more of that. And so I'm kind of using the other side of that is because of that I don't advertise. I haven't taken out ads, and because I don't like getting out there and throwing myself out. And when we go to the park and work out, it's hard for me to say, okay, let's come out into the open and work out where other people can see what we're doing. It's just difficult for me to do that. And so I'm, that ends up injuring the school and, me, because I don't have people to work out with. Because I don't get out there and, make myself available, make myself seen. And I need to work on that. And I think that, going to forums competitions can be something that helps me with that. On the fighting side, sparring side, I'm going to do more of that as it's available, because I don't get a lot of chance to spar, and I'd like to get more chance to spar, and I enjoy sparring, and while I don't necessarily care about medals and trophies, I don't get a lot of chance to spar, especially I don't get a lot of chance to spar people my own size, my own weight. Most of the students that come through are kids, and I really would like to have chances to spar with people of my own size, my own weight. And if I don't win, that doesn't bother me. I just would like to have a chance to do it more often. And so I'm going to start looking for competitions. If it's too expensive to enter the sparring, it's only worth so much money to me. But I'd love to have just people to spar with, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Taking more opportunities to go do sparring and competitions. But going to tournaments for forums, that's about improving myself, making myself better at something that I know I'm deficient. So I hope that resonates with somebody, and if so, and if you're in Columbia County, I hope to see you in class one of these days.